What if your voice wasn't just a tool for speaking, but a bridge between dimensions? What if the ancient syllables you whisper could ripple through your body, reshape your energy, and awaken the hidden layers of consciousness modern life made you forget? For thousands of years, the great spiritual traditions understood. Mantras are not empty rituals. They are living frequencies, vibrational keys that unlock hidden doors within the body, the mind, and the universe. But today, in a world addicted to noise, we've reduced them to exotic decorations, spiritual accessories, hashtags on meditation posts. Yet the truth remains: sound holds power, and when combined with clear intention, it becomes a force of activation, rewiring your brain, calming your heart, and realigning your soul with the cosmic pulse that beats beneath all form. In this episode, we will decode the science, the history, and the esoteric truth behind mantras. Not as superstition, not as religion, but as vibrational technology you were born to use, because you are not here to just chant the words. You are here to become the sound. Part 1. The Ancient Origins of Mantras. Long before written language, long before philosophies and scriptures, human beings discovered something profound. Sound could shape reality. In the ancient Vedic tradition, the universe itself was said to be born from primordial sound, not from matter, not from light, but from vibration. Om was not just a syllable. It was the cosmic hum, the seed sound, from which space, time, and form unfolded. The rishis, Vedic sages, didn't invent mantras, they heard them. In deep meditation, they tuned into the vibrations woven into nature itself. Every mantra they recorded was understood as a living intelligence, a sonic key that resonated with specific forces in the universe. But India wasn't alone in sensing this mystery. Across the world, diverse cultures discovered the power of sacred sound. In Tibet, monks developed complex chants that weren't just prayers. They were designed to shift consciousness, to invoke specific deities, and to realign energy fields. In ancient Egypt, hieroglyphic inscriptions preserved sacred names, utterances believed to unlock divine forces and maintain cosmic order. Among the Sufis, the practice of zikr, remembrance, used repetitive chanting of divine names to dissolve the ego and awaken the heart. Why did all these cultures, separated by geography and language, arrive at the same truth? Because they observed. That sound is not mere communication, it's creation. Every mantra carries a bija, seed sound, a specific vibrational pattern, and a purpose. These sounds weren't chosen for poetic beauty. They were chosen for their resonance, their power to align the mind, reshape the breath, and transform the body into a living instrument. Why repetition? Because the human mind is a pattern maker. And through repetition, you don't just say the mantra, you become it. Each cycle etches the sound deeper into neural circuits, breath rhythms, and energetic fields. For example, Om Mani Padme Hum invokes compassion and wisdom. Gayatri Mantra calls on the light of universal intelligence. Soham reminds the practitioner, I am that. The identification with the infinite. The mantra is not magic on its own. It's a bridge between thought and vibration, human and divine, intention and manifestation. In the next part, we move beyond tradition and mythology and dive into the modern science. explaining why sound has such profound effects on the brain, the body, and the unseen layers of our being. Because what the ancients intuited, from direct experience, we now have the tools to measure. And the results are nothing short of astonishing. Part 2. The Science of Sound Activation. What the ancients sensed intuitively, modern science is now proving. Sound doesn't just pass through you, it changes you. When you chant a mantra, you're not just making noise, you're creating organized vibration. You're feeding the nervous system, a rhythmic, patterned signal. That reshapes how your body, brain, and energy respond. Let's start with the brain. Studies on brainwave entrainment show that repetitive chanting slows down brain activity, moving you out of fast, anxious beta waves into slower alpha and theta waves. The states associated with deep relaxation, creativity, and even healing. In these states, your brain is no longer locked in stress loops. Instead, it opens to spacious awareness. Ideas flow more easily. The boundaries between self and world begin to soften, but the effects don't stop at the brain. Your heart responds too. Heart rate slows, breathing deepens. And here's the beautiful part. The heart and breath begin to synchronize, entering what scientists call coherence, a state where the whole system works in harmonious alignment. This coherence sends powerful signals. Through the vagus nerve, the body's master regulator of calm. The vagus nerve runs from your brainstem through the heart, lungs, and digestive system, governing everything from heart rate to immune function. When you chant, you stimulate this nerve directly. You tell the body, shift into healing mode, let go, restore balance. And there's more. While debated in scientific circles, Emoto's work offers a symbolic reminder. Positive intention creates harmony, while negativity breeds disorder. Water exposed to anger or hate became jagged and chaotic. Now consider this. Your body is over 60% water. When you chant, when you focus positive intention into sound, you are literally bathing your cells, your tissues, your molecular structure. In vibrational coherence, it's not magic, it's physics. But here's the key. Intention matters. Two people can chant the same mantra, but only the one who brings focused will clear heart and presence, will activate true transformation. Sound without consciousness is just mechanical vibration. Sound infused with focused intent becomes a carrier wave, a force that shapes reality. It's like a sculptor's chisel. The tool means nothing without the hand that shapes. This is why in ancient traditions, mantras weren't just recited mindlessly. They were practiced with devotion, with awareness, with a sense of sacredness. Because when you know that every syllable carries power, you don't just speak it, you embody it. In the next part, we'll see how mantras don't just soothe. They rewire you into a new self. Part 3. Mantras as personal transformation tools. Chanting is not just about making sound. It's about reshaping the self from the inside out. Every time you repeat a mantra, you're not just calming your mind, you're sending a new signal deep into your nervous system, into your subconscious, into the very energy field that holds your identity. At first, it feels like just words, a phrase you speak, a sound you make. But over time, the repetition does something profound. It bypasses the analytical mind and rewires the emotional body. Imagine someone chanting a mantra for courage, In the beginning, it may feel external, as if you're calling for courage from outside yourself. But as the days pass, the sound settles deeper. It reshapes the neural pathways where fear used to live. You're no longer just chanting courage, you're becoming courage. Or think of someone grieving. A mantra for peace won't erase the loss, but it will soften the raw edges of sorrow. With every repetition, the mantra becomes a container, large enough to hold both pain and healing, not by escaping grief, but by creating space inside it for transformation. This is why, across cultures, mantras have been used as personal alchemy. In Tibetan Buddhism, mantras are known as mind protectors, tools to shield the practitioner from destructive thoughts. In yogic traditions, they're called spiritual formulas designed to awaken dormant energies. Among Sufi mystics, zikr repetition is a practice of dissolving the ego and merging back into pure love. But here's the truth. You don't need a guru. You don't need a temple. You don't even need to pronounce Sanskrit perfectly. What you need is intention. Choose a mantra that speaks to your deepest longing, not because it's fashionable or because someone told you it's powerful, but because when you hear it, something inside you stirs. Then practice. Repetition is essential. The mind will resist. It will distract, dismiss, derail, but stay with the sound. Over time, the mantra reshapes not just your voice, but your entire being. You cease to perform it, you embody it. You don't whisper awakening, you become it. And when that shift happens, you realize that mantras are not mere tools. They're living vibrations, encoded to reshape reality. In the next part, we'll explore how advanced spiritual practitioners use mantras not just for personal healing, but as gateways to altered states of consciousness, to open doors between worlds, and to awaken soul capacities most people never even glimpse, because chanting, at its highest level, is not just about self-improvement, it's about unlocking the cosmic intelligence hidden inside your own voice. Part 4. Mantras as portals to higher consciousness. At the highest level, mantras are not just for personal healing, they are gateways, portals, keys to dimensions of consciousness most people never touch. Across esoteric traditions, practitioners use sacred sound to pierce the veil between ordinary reality and expanded states of being. In Sufi mysticism, the practice of zikr, repetitive chanting of divine names, is not just remembrance, it's dissolution. The ego dissolves, the boundaries of self melt away, and the practitioner merges into an oceanic experience of pure love, timeless and infinite. In Tibetan Buddhist chanting, mantras are combined with visualization, breath, and ritual. These are not mechanical repetitions. They are vibrational maps designed to guide the practitioner through layers of subtle reality, unlocking access to higher wisdom, to archetypal energies, to realms beyond form. In the Vedic tradition, mantras like the Gayatri or Mahamrityunjaya are considered sonic codes that align the individual's vibration with cosmic intelligence. When chanted with precision and devotion, they're said to restructure the energetic body, clear karmic residues, and awaken latent spiritual capacities. But here's the fascinating part. Modern science is beginning to glimpse how this works. Studies on long-term chanters and meditators show profound brain changes, increased activity in regions linked to empathy, heightened gamma-wave production linked to mystical states, and structural growth in areas associated with interconnection and transcendence. Brain scans of Tibetan monks chanting reveal synchronization patterns that mirror descriptions from ancient texts. Coherent waves moving through the brain as if the entire system is tuning into a larger, universal rhythm. But this is not limited to monks or mystics. Anyone with intention, commitment, and presence can begin to open these portals. When you chant deeply, not from the surface, but from the core of your being, you activate the subtle body, the vibrational sheath. That underlies your physical form. You might feel sensations, a buzzing in the spine, a tingling at the crown, a warmth spreading through the heart. These are not random. They are signs that the mantra is working, that the vibration is moving, that consciousness is awakening. And here's the greatest revelation: the mantra is not taking you somewhere else. It's bringing you here, more fully, more vividly, more awake than ever. Because the ultimate goal is not to escape the world, it's to realize that you and the world are one vibration, one field, one infinite unfolding. In the next part, we'll explore how the practice of mantra moves beyond ritual, beyond meditation, into daily embodiment, how you can live, walk, and breathe as a living vibration, carrying the frequency of awakening into every moment of your human life, because the highest mantra is not the one you chant, it's the one you become. Part 5. Living as a vibrational being. The highest goal of mantra practice is not endless repetition. It's embodiment. You are not here to chant forever, locked in ritual. You are here to let the vibration shape you, fill you, and eventually become you. Because when the sound has fully tuned your mind, your heart, your breath, you no longer need to do the mantra. You are the mantra. You carry it into every room you enter, into every word you speak, into every action you take. Imagine this. Someone meets you and they feel calm without knowing why. They listen to you and they sense truth beneath the words. You radiate coherence, not because you force it, but because you vibrate it. This is what the mystics knew. You are not just flesh and bone, you are a resonant field, a living, breathing wave, in constant dialogue with the universe. The mantra was never about learning foreign sounds. It was about awakening the original sound within you, the pulse, the frequency, the current. That connects you to all things. And when you live this way, something profound shifts. You stop chasing, you start trusting, you flow. Instead, you begin to trust the intelligence moving through you. You become more open, more receptive, more aligned. This isn't passive surrender, it's active participation with the deepest flow of life. Your intentions sharpen, your actions become precise, your presence becomes magnetic. Why? Because you're no longer acting from separation. You're moving from the recognition that you are part of the whole. The ancients called this living in Dharma, living in Tao, living in alignment with cosmic order. In modern language, we might call it coherence, flow, resonant embodiment. But the terminology doesn't matter. What matters is that you feel it. The mantra is no longer a word you recite. It's the frequency. You live. Your daily life becomes the prayer. Your presence becomes the offering. Your breath, your gaze, your touch, all carry the vibration of awakening. And here's the most beautiful part. This ripple effect extends outward. One aligned being shifts the field around them. families, communities, even collective consciousness, begin to resonate with the higher frequency you embody. In the final closing, we return to the simplest truth of all. You were never meant to search endlessly for mantras. You were meant to awaken as the living sound. The vibration you sought was never outside you. It was waiting inside ready to rise, ready to remember, ready to sing itself through every breath you take. Final CTA, you are the living sound. You are not here to chase sacred words. You are here to become the vibration. Every time you speak with presence, every time you breathe with intention, every time you move in alignment, you are the mantra made flesh. You are the resonance that changes the room. You are the frequency that shifts the field. You are the living sound that echoes the cosmic pulse. Share this message with someone who is ready to awaken. Because the power of mantra is not locked in temples, not hidden in ancient texts. It's waiting in the human voice, in your voice right now. You were never just here to chant. You were here to vibrate truth, clarity, and awakening into a world that has forgotten its own sound. Now, go remember for all of us. Now go. Raise your voice. Shake the world awake. Be the sound the world forgot.